Hi there, this is the Aptitude guy. Welcome to another lesson video of logical reasoning, and in this video we are going to be handling blood relations. This topic of course is a crowd favorite. Everybody loves this topic because they can relate to it because it is blood relations. Now, if at all this topic has always given you nightmares and you think that you are weak in this topic, then I encourage you to like this video so that the video is there in your liked video library of your YouTube app. So that whenever you feel that you have forgotten the topic, you can go back to the liked video section and then rewatch the video again and again. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get started with blood relations part 1. Now, first of all, let's me talk about the concept of blood relations. When it comes to blood relations, there are three main basic relationships that you need to focus on. Okay, those three main basic relationships. I want you to pause this video and give it a thought. What are those three basic direct relationships that a person has? All right. Now, if at all you thought about these three relationships, you are absolutely right. Okay, along with kids, parents are also there, don't worry. But if at all you thought about grandparents, if at all you thought about uncles and aunts, then I'm afraid that you're wrong. Because your grandparents are not your direct relatives, they are your parents' parents. Similarly, your uncles and aunts are not your direct relatives, they are your parents' siblings. And if at all you thought boyfriends and girlfriends, then absolutely not. They are not your blood relatives. Okay. Now, why am I stressing so much on these three relationships? Because these three relationships are the building blocks of blood relations: spouses, kids and parents, and siblings. Any other valid relationship can be derived from these three relationships. Think about it. All your in laws will come on your spouse's side. And if at all you're talking about your nephews and nieces, they'll come from your kids' side. And if at all you're talking about uncles and aunts, they will be coming from your parents' siblings' side. And if at all you're talking about your grandparents, they are your parents' parents. That is how it is. Every other relationship can be derived from these three relationships. So, if at all we learn how to write down these three relationships on paper, then we will be able to figure out how to write any relationship on paper. The problem that people face in blood relation questions is that since they really like this topic so much, they don't have a proper standardized method to solve the questions. In this video, what I'll try to do is I'll try to give you the proper standard method of solving blood relation questions. Ready for it? Here we go. Now, when it comes to spouses, spouses are depicted with a double-headed arrow like this because hashtag equality. You can have the husband here and the wife here, or the wife here and the husband here, whatever. Basically, married couple over here. Now, after marriage, sometimes kids happen. Yeah, sometimes depends on them. They are depicted with a downward arrow like this. Okay, so at the top of the arrow we have the parents, and at the bottom of the arrow we have the kids, because that's the way biology works. This is the most important line in blood relations. I'll tell about it in some time. And after this, the most important piece of relationship is siblings, and they are depicted with a dotted line because they keep fighting. So you can have brother, sister, 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 brother, brother, sister, brother, anything over here. All right. And please understand, your cousins are not your direct siblings. Please understand that. Siblings means you share the same parents. You don't share the same parents with your cousins, obviously. Now, why did I say that this line is the most important line in blood relations? Because this line is depicting the generation change. Look at spouses, horizontal line. Look at siblings, horizontal line. Because your spouses and your siblings are in the same generation. But the kids, this is a generation change. Okay, so most of the times this will be very, very helpful to see who is in which generation. All right. Now, other than these things, there is one piece of information that is missing from all this. And without that piece of information, it is absolutely impossible to solve blood relation questions. Can you think about what that is? Let me tell you. Those pieces of information are the genders of the people or the sex of the people. Generally, they are depicted with plus and minus for male and female, respectively. Sometimes people also use a square and a circle for male and female. It depends on that. It really does not matter. The point is, you have to stick to one single method. You can use minus for males and plus for females. You can use multiplication and division sign. Nobody cares. But the thing is, whatever you choose, make sure you stick to that one single method. Don't keep changing your method as per the question changes. Alright? So, this is the concept and the basics of blood relations. Let's get started with the questions. This is question number 1. Of course, pause the video and then try to solve the question and then come back. We'll solve it together. Alright, let's do it. Now, obviously, after reading the question itself, many of you would have told that the answer is cousin. Now, I did not give you this question just to tell the answer, but I gave this question to teach you how to use this method in a question. Alright, so let's do that. A very important piece of information or a very important piece of doubt that a lot of people ask me is, how do we know where to start from? Because the thing is, in blood relations, there are so many people and so many relationships, people get confused where to start from. And that is a very valid doubt. So let me clear that doubt right now. Now, whenever you have a doubt about where to start from the first person. And I don't mean to say the first person over here. I mean to say the first person in English grammar. Remember, long ago, so long ago, in English grammar, we used to learn first person, second person, third person. Who was the first person over there? The first person was I and we. Now, when it comes to blood relations, we only care about singulars. So, I and variations of I, that is me, my, these kind of words. If these words are there, then we start with that. Now, sometimes the first person is not mentioned. So, that time we go to the second person. Who's the second person according to English grammar? We have you or your, not he or she yet. Okay, that comes in the third person. So if first person, second person, both of them are not mentioned, then you go to the third person. Third person is he, she, him, her, these kind of words. So this is the chronology. This is the priority level. Sometimes none of these words are there. That time what to do? We'll do that in the questions. Don't worry. So this is where you should start from. Okay, so that is one problem resolved. Let's read the question now. Pointing to a girl, Sandy said, she is the daughter of the only sister of my father. All right. Now, how do you know how to segregate between the first person, second person, and third person? Even in English grammar, what was the logic behind this segregation? If you have never thought about it, now is the chance to learn about it. Always remember, I am talking to you about him or her. So, what is it? I, the speaker, am talking to you, the listener, about him, the topic, third person. Okay, so this is the first person, this is the second person, this is the third person. The person who's speaking, first person. The person who is being spoken to, or the listener, that person is the second person. And the person they are speaking about is the third person. That is the segregation. Alright, now let us solve the question finally. Is the first person mentioned over here? I, me, my? Yes, my is there. And who's the one speaking? Who's the first person? Of course, Sandy. So we have Sandy over here. We start with Sandy. Okay. Now, is Sandy a girl or a boy? The correct answer is we don't know. We have absolutely no idea. Moral of the story, you are not supposed to assume the sex or the gender of a person in blood relations unless and until it's necessary. Sometimes it will be necessary, we will be solving those questions also, don't worry. But here we don't need to. Now they have mentioned my father. So Sandy has a father. Father is male. Okay. Now the father has only one sister, only sister of my father. Okay, so the father has a sister. Sister is a female, of course. And then daughter of that sister. So the sister has a daughter. Again, a female daughter. Now the question is, how is Sandy related to the girl? Obviously, Sandy is the cousin of the girl. Yes. And how is the girl related to Sandy? Again, cousin. Now let me ask you a what if question. What if this sister is not actually a sister? This is a female person named S. And F and S are married. Now, if the question says, how is Sandy related to the girl? What would be the answer? Would brother be the answer? Sister? Cousin? Or cannot be determined? The answer in that case would be cannot be determined. Because the question is, how is Sandy related to the girl? We have no idea if Sandy is a girl or a boy. So how can we know if Sandy is the brother or the sister? If the options had an option named sibling, then that would have been the correct answer. But if they have brother, sister, cannot be determined, answer would be cannot be determined in this case. But what if I reverse the question? What if I ask, how's the girl related to Sandy? That time 100% the answer is sister. Because the girl is a girl. That's all. And girl siblings are sisters. So this is the actual solution to the question. The answer, of course, is cousin. Alright. Any doubts over here? Definitely write them down in the comments. I will try to answer them. Let's move on to the next question. As usual, pause the video and try to solve it and then come back. Alright, let's do it. P is the mother of K, K is the sister of D, D is the father of J. See here, first person, second person, third person, nothing has been mentioned. So just start from the beginning, that's all. Not too complicated. P is the mother of K, alright. P is the mother, mother means female, of K. Now do we know if K is male or female yet? No, we don't. Now they have mentioned K is the sister of D. K is the sister of D. Do we know if D is male or female yet? No. Okay, then we have D is the father of J. Okay, so D is male, father of J. Do we know if J is male or female yet? Absolutely not. This is the family. Now let's answer the questions. How is P related to J? P is 2 generations above J. So P, of course, is the grandmother of J. So the first answer is option B, grandmother. Now the second one says, how is J related to P? If at all you said grandson, I'm afraid you are wrong. Because we don't know if J is male or female. So we don't know if J is the grandson or the granddaughter of P. If at all grandchild was there in the options, that would have been the correct answer. But grandson, no idea. Granddaughter, no idea. So the answer is option D, that is data inadequate. Data is not enough, data is insufficient because we need to know if J is male or female. Alright, I hope this cleared a lot of things up. If at all it cleared a lot of doubts, then again, I'm telling you, like the video so that you don't forget to watch it again later when you actually need it. Alright, and if you have any doubts over here, definitely drop them in the comments. Let's move on to the third question. Alright, pause the video and come back. Let's solve it now. Pointing to a person, a man said to a woman. Okay, now here, who is the first person? The man, because he's speaking. Who's the second person? The woman, because he's speaking to the woman. And who's the third person? They're talking about the person. So that is this person. First person, second person, third person. Done. His mother is the only daughter of your father. How was the woman related to the person? Alright, let's do it. Do we have a first person here? I, me, my? Nothing. Do we have a second person? Yes, we have your. Alright, now we just established who is the second person. The second person is the woman. So let's start with the woman. We have the woman over here, and the woman is of course a female woman. Now they have mentioned your father. So the woman has a father. male father. All right. Now they have mentioned only daughter of your father. If at all you got the answer as aunt, then I'm afraid you did not read the word only carefully. Because this guy, this father, has only one daughter. And who can be that only one daughter? The woman herself. If you are a woman and your dad has only one daughter, then you are that daughter. So the woman is the woman and the woman is the daughter as well. All right. Now, his mother is the only daughter. Whose mother? The person's mother. He is the third person, and the third person is the person they are talking about. So, this person's mother is that only daughter. So, this woman is the daughter, and this person is somebody's mother also. Whose mother exactly? The person's mother. The person is a he. Now they have asked, how is the woman related to the person? The woman is, of course, the mother of the person. If at all this explanation is too complicated for you, I can break it down for you a little further. Let me do that. So here what has happened is the woman is also the daughter that we have established. Now we forget about this part. Now let's talk about the other part. His mother. Whose mother? The person's mother. Okay? The person's mother is a female and the person is a male. Now, what have they told about the mother over here? Let me write it as mom. Okay. Now, his mother is the only daughter. So, his mother, this lady, is who? Is the daughter. And who is this daughter? The daughter is the woman. So, all these people are the same person. The woman is the woman is the daughter, the woman is the mother also. Okay, because is the, that is what joins all of this. So, how was the woman related to the person? The woman, who is the daughter, who is also the mother of the person. So, the answer is option B, that is mother. Alright, this question generally confuses a lot of people because there is one person satisfying a lot of roles. And whenever that happens, it gets a little confusing. If at all you still are confused with this, definitely tell your proper doubt in the comments. I'll try to reply to you. Alright, otherwise, let's move on to the next one. Question number 4. This question is an amazing question. It is a combination of coding and decoding and blood relations. If at all you have doubts in coding and decoding, I have uploaded 2 videos on coding and decoding. I'll link them in the I button over here. Definitely watch them and then come back to this question. Alright, pause the video, try to solve it and then come back. Alright, let's begin. Now, actually, the moment people read this question, they get really scared because they think it's such a big question. It's not actually. The question is only this much. This much is the question. The rest of it is teaching us how to read this question. That's all. Let's do it. First of all, P percentage Q. Percentage means mother. So P percentage Q means P is the mother of Q. Alright. So P is the female mother of Q. Done. Now it says Q plus R. What does plus mean? Plus means father. So Q is the male father of R. Alright. Now R minus T. Minus means brother. So R is the male brother of T. See, I'm telling male father, male brother, female mother. It sounds a little funny, but there is a logic towards it. When you say that out loud or when you think about it like that, there will be 0% chance of you making silly mistakes. Okay, so it may sound silly, but it is to help your future self. Do it like that. So R is the male brother of T. Does that mean that T also is the brother? No, we don't know. Could be the sister also. Let's read it further. T cross K. Cross means daughter. See, so T is a female. T is the female daughter of K because T cross K. Now, this is where people get stuck and they don't know where to go from here. See, the thing is, R and T are direct siblings. If you are direct siblings, that means your parents are the same parents. That means your parents are a married couple. That means Q and K are married. Just because R and T are siblings. Because your mom and your sibling's dad, they are the same couple. So if Q and K are married and Q is male, then K has to be a female. Currently in blood relations, we only deal with monogamous heterosexual relationships. That means one person is married to only one other person, and that person is of the opposite sex of this person. That's it. So, indicates which relation of P to K. Now, P to K. P to K. So that means P is the dash of K. P is the what of K? P is the mother-in-law of K. That is the answer. A lot of people draw this entire diagram absolutely perfectly, and then they end up reading the question in the opposite way, and then they end up marking daughter-in-law as the answer. But they have asked P to K. That means P is the dash of K, P is the mother-in-law of K. If at all they had asked K to P, then the answer would have been daughter-in-law. Okay, so if you're still getting confused how K became a female, it's because R and T are siblings and their parents are married and only heterosexual monogamous relationships. Later on, when same sex marriages get legalized all over the world, maybe that will get included in blood relations and then we will solve it that time. But right now, this is the scenario. Alright, any doubts over here, definitely drop them in the comments. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Alright, this one is a brilliant question. Definitely pause it and try to solve it. Alright, let's do it. P is the brother of Q and R. Alright, so P is the brother. That means P is male of Q and R. Alright, now does that mean that we know that Q and R are brothers or sisters? No, we have absolutely no idea. Now, S is R's mother. Okay. If S is R's mother, that means S is everybody's mother over here because all of them are siblings, right? Yeah. And T is P's father. If T is P's father, that means T is everybody's father over here. What does that mean? That means S and T are a married couple. That's it. Done. This is the family. Now the question says, which of the following statements cannot be definitely true? Cannot be. That's the key word. Now if at all you gave the answer as option D, then you made a little bit of mistake. I'll tell you what that is. Now the first statement says Q is T's son. Is that 100% true? Now Q is T's child. Yes, Q is the child of T. But are we 100% sure about son? We have no idea. We have no idea if Q is male or female. So how can we judge that Q is a son? Q could be the daughter also, right? So the first one cannot be definitely true. The first one is a maybe situation. Could be son, could be daughter. We have no idea. But everything else is absolutely true. Let's check it out. T is Q's father. Yes, T is Q's father. For that, we only need to know if T is male or female. T is Q's father. Yes. S is P's mother. Yes, S is everybody's mother over here. So S is of course P's mother. P is S's son. Yes, P is the son of T and S. So P is S's son. And we know that P is male because P is the brother. Correct. T is S's husband. Yes. And S is T's wife. That is also true. That is not mentioned, but that is true. So which one is not definitely true? Only the first one. So the answer is option C, one only. Got it? So all of them are definitely true except the first one. If at all they had asked may be true, then all of them may be true. But they have asked which one cannot be definitely true. The first one cannot be definitely true simply because we don't know if Q is male or female. That's it. If at all you have any doubts in this further, definitely drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to you. Otherwise, let's move on to the next question. Oh, there are no next questions. For the next questions, we will go to part 2. That will be linked over here. But before going to part 2, I want you to solve these questions and mention your answers in the comments below. I will tell you if you are right or wrong. Definitely do these practice questions. Alright, either screenshot them or pause the video and solve it and then drop them in the comments, or you can solve them later also, whatever is your choice. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much, of course, for watching this. I hope this video clarified a lot of doubts that you might be having since years probably. And if at all it did, then of course like the video so that it's saved in your YouTube liked videos library. If you want to watch the previous video, it's right here. If you want to watch part 2 of blood relations, it is right here. Alright, thank you so much. Subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.